What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing a fantasy draft rebuild, and it's kind of a video, but it's actually a live stream because we are going to be doing this rebuild based on the selections of chat. Of course, because it would take all day if I did it a different way, we're just going to kind of go off of like 5 players that seem, or if people mention them a lot in the chat, that seem like good choices, and then the highest vote is going to be the one. But if obviously everyone's just like, choose this guy, then we're just going to choose him without even pulling a vote. Of course, if you want to be here for things like this in the future, maybe check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Of course, you can also subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and you like franchise stuff, because we do a ton of it, maybe too much of it. And yeah, I also have a second channel if you didn't know, PKR Plays. Maybe check that out. As we get pick 6, interesting. That's kind of trash, because obviously you miss out on the players like... Actually, I don't know if you do miss out on Trey Lance, but I know you miss out on, you know, Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. You do have all the options at corner. Josh Allen's a very good choice, but of course you see he goes there. Dak is a little bit of a surprise, though. I'm surprised he would go before someone like Deshaun Watson. Obviously a 90 overall, 25-year-old, very solid player. Kyler Murray's only... Oh, he's superstar. Kyler Murray's a good choice, too. There's a lot of really good quarterbacks here. Trevor Lawrence is a guy that goes kind of early. There's a lot of choices. This is actually really tough. Like, I don't even know who I would choose. If I think it was a user draft, I'd probably choose Kyler Murray, and if not him, Trey Lance, because he's also a superstar. But then again, Tyreek Hill is also an absolute burner, and you just can't cover him in user at all. All right, so with the very first pick of the draft, pick 6 overall, the viewers decide Jalen Ramsey is going to be our choice. Obviously, an absolute god corner, almost unbeatable. Like I mean, especially in our Rams franchise last year, felt it at times. So not a bad choice. Jalen Ramsey's our choice here. Is there going to be a quarterback, though? That is the question. Is there even going to be a quarterback there? I mean, are we going to choose one? Are we going to even have one there? These are the questions. Brady's still there. Jared Goff. Fields is still there. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to assume that's going to be the choice, but I'm not going to guarantee it. Justin Fields is our second selection, and, of course, it's a very good one. He's very good in sim, and obviously young as hell and super fun. Probably the most used player this year in Madden franchise, I would imagine. So the winner of this one is DJ Moore, the 24-year-old superstar dev. Actually bigger than I thought. I always kind of thought that DJ Moore was like maybe 5'11", 190, but 6', 210, that's actually pretty solid. Our new number 1, a little more raw than some of the other choices, which were Julio, Waddle or Chase, and then Calvin Ridley, once again, and then A.J. Brown. So DJ Moore, a little bit lower of an overall, but obviously very young, good dev. Should get up quite a bit in overalls. And wow, Quentin Williams to the Jets, very good overall. With this pick, which I believe is our 4th pick, maybe our 5th pick, Roquan Smith, a very good selection. This is probably the highest I've taken a middle linebacker in a long time, because usually I'm just like, okay, well, let's go for someone young. We'll let them develop, but 88 overall Roquan, not a bad choice. All right, so we were going to have Devin White back-to-back with Roquan, but a last-second change of heart, and Chubb becomes the pick, which I will admit is massive, because he was kind of the last pass rusher left that was decent. The crazy thing about Chubb is he's got 91 strength. I don't know where that compares him to some of the best around, but that's got to be some of the highest strength for a pass rusher, right? Like, at least an edge. Bradley Chubb, our new edge, not a bad choice. All right, so the winner of the poll was a lineman, and the lineman choice is Eric McCoy, 83 overall, and based on age, dev, and ratings, definitely the best left. There's not a whole lot left, I'll tell you. So the winner of this round was tight end, and the winner between Henry, Hooper, Fant, Gesicki, and Goddard is, of course, the 23-year-old speed demon, Noah freaking Fant, who also appears to have aggressive catch, was that? Which makes sense, but I'm just saying. All right, so for this selection, it was between Kareem Hunt, who is very solid, and Antonio Gibson. I'll be factually honest with you. I absolutely thought that Kareem Hunt was 20 times better of a choice, but that is irrelevant in this situation because, of course, Gibson is going to be the choice. Of course, he is 3 years younger, but man, Kareem Hunt... he's a sim god. All right, so the choice on this one was between safeties with a bunch of different guys. Winfield, There was Darnell Savage, Chin. There was a couple of safeties. Thornhill, I believe. Could have done Julian Blackmon, but the winner was Chin, who, of course, is one of the best safeties in all of Madden. He just does it all. And hell, he could even play linebacker, as he has many times for us in rebuilds. But we'll see, obviously. Depends on, how the rest of the draft goes. And one pick before us, the choice was between Delpit, Thornhill, Ronnie, Harrison, Holland, and Julian Blackmon. And the winner, surprisingly, is Grant Delpit, a guy that I feel like could probably be there for another 5 rounds. But obviously, when I put on safety, I'm going to put on the best available players, and those were the 5 best availables. Oh, I didn't even see Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks, I believe, is a star dev in this year's game. That is a massive steal of a pick there by, who is that, Dallas, ironically enough. All right, so Claypool is very good. Was an option, but he is not going to win this one. So between the wide receivers of Jerry Jeudy, Claypool, Mooney, and Ruggs, and Marquise Brown, the winner is Jerry Jeudy. A little surprising. Obviously, all of them are great choices, but out of all 5, I think he's the least, good playmaker, I suppose, in the game. But obviously, all of them were good choices, so you can't really go wrong. All right, so it's only round 12, but a lot of the talent is gone. We had a choice between corners, Okuda, Noah, I guess I'll try, Igbenogene, Asante Samuel, Greedy Williams, and OJ Moutier, or Moodia, one of the two. And thankfully, one of the guys with a name that I can pronounce, Jeff Okuda, is the choice. Guy that unfortunately did get injured in real life for the season, it appears. And a guy that, once again, is kind of pointing towards bust. Unfortunately, it just, even as a Packers fan, it just sucks seeing a team like the Lions, who've been down quite a bit in the past, select the right players. They've selected players that are, deemed as the correct choice, and it hasn't worked out perfectly most of the time. So it's kind of brutal, but at the same time, as a Packers fan, I'm like, lol. This one was between Hardman, Claypool, Money with 2 O's, Mooney, Higgins, and then Ruggs. Ruggs was the winner, 22 years old, blazing speed. And if you guys like to see a guy as fast as him, maybe check out the Raiders franchise. Of course, if you're watching this live, that's kind of, you guys know. All right, so the choices here were Trayvon Merrick, Terrell Edmonds, Cushenberry, or Creed Humphrey, or Miners. And you could see that Tevin Jenkins was the winner. Obviously, he was on the list too, but I just didn't put him on there. I figured you knew that that's who was on the list because he won. All right, so we left offensive linemen so late that we're actually going to have Bulaga as a starter, which is really weird to say because it's like, yeah, he's a really good overall. 32 normal, but at the same time, he'll last at least 1 year, obviously, maybe 2, maybe even 3. And some of the guys we had on there was Austin Jackson, the 65 overall star dev left tackle, who is raw as hell. Melvin Ingram, the 87 overall, 32-year-old as well, but he is star. Miners, the 66 overall, and then 78 overall, Chase Roulier. When we were just going Bulaga, that's the one that won. And it makes sense, right? It's a weirdly built team. And I would expect nothing but it, honestly. It just does not surprise me one bit. They're all dead. Man, round 16 and we're gone. We're actual goners. Oh, there's got to be someone here that's hidden, right? I guess they're all McGrone. All right, so the choices were between, I believe it was a couple of linemen. It was Casey Hayward, Osai, Miners, Cushenberry, and Creed Humphrey. And the winner was Casey Hayward. We're starting to put some older guys on the list, which you guys are obviously not used to me doing in fantasy drafts, especially rebuilds. But it makes a lot of sense. A guy like Casey Hayward will at least last 1 year, maybe 2. As a starter, and obviously we're going to be limited on picks anyways, so the next one is going to be Joseph Osai, very raw but young, and basically the only edge rusher left. We didn't even grab a single DT, and then the other one was Quinn Miners, who's obviously pretty solid. And then Quinn Miners, the star development trait guard / center, is the choice there. So we're down to a few more picks with the you guys drafting, and then we'll be on to just basically simming it, honestly. Maybe I'll grab some players myself just to make sure that the choices you guys made were end up being starters, but no one that's really going to be beneficial, right? Nothing really crazy. Ben Barge. I mean, we're at this point where it's just what do you do? So Creed Humphrey, the rookie, was the choice over Jabril Cox, Cushenberry, Baron Browning, and Togiai, the DT, who would have made our only DT. And, yeah, here we go. So Creed Humphrey is the choice. I will say, though, as I'm going to be making all the selections after 20, we're probably going to land these guys anyways. And then 20, I suppose, will be Jabril Cox because, of course, that was the second-ranked guy, assuming he is still here, which I don't see why he wouldn't be. And he's a bit down there. But Jabril Cox, another 23-year-old. I really wish these guys were a little younger to use, but there's that. Jabril Cox. And that is pretty much going to end the user drafting selection of this. And we'll be on to the rebuild section, I guess, next up. All right, so we start off with a very good trade. Tevin Jenkins, a third this and a fourth next year for Taylor Moton. Tevin Jenkins is already 23. He's 15 overalls lower. There's no arguing. That was just a good move. And Moton would probably be a little bit higher of a pick anyways, so I don't think salary cap is going to be a problem, but if it does become one, that obviously helps that as well. But here is the roster for the first year. Well, I mean, I would assume Taylor's going to be moving to left tackle. Maybe an 80 overall roster at this rate, which is not terrible. We have a lot of potential at wide receiver, obviously, maybe too much because getting 3 receivers and Noah Fant involved may be a little too much. I will say, I'm going to be honest, and we're still live streaming this on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. This was a sell. We should have absolutely went for Kareem Hunt, but I was not the one to choose it. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's who we got. Justin Fields, obviously a very good player, expecting him to go up very quickly. We got Malcolm Jenkins playing outside linebacker because the game decided to draft 1,000 old safeties for us. Kareem Jackson as a starting strong safety. So we have a lot of old players. It's like we either win a Super Bowl year 1 or it's like we wait till year 4, basically. So we'll see. We also have Aldon Smith, which, I mean, if Osai doesn't play well and we actually have a chance at the playoffs or a chance at something special in the playoffs, Aldon Smith is moving to a starter. I don't care. Okuda might be the number 2 next season. But as of right now, it's not the worst roster in the world, but we've definitely had better for fantasy, I can admit. Oh, Elite. I forgot. Once again, this is a fantasy, and it said Bears Elite Quarterback thing. I'm like, what? Bears Quarterback? That doesn't exist. I was like, oh, I forgot. Re-signings are not looking particularly memorable, but I will say, Calais, that's a contract worth signing. Don't imagine we're going to miss now. The playoffs? The playoffs, even though we lost and the Rams took our freaking spots. God damn it, dude. What pick? We must have been like 6 or 7. Where were we? Beautiful pick, number 6. Love it. 6 seed. Could have been all the way up to, what was that, like 3 probably? Something like that. Take a look at the schedule. Obviously, it started off pretty strong. We had a couple losses there, and then near the end, we were losing a couple. So, yeah, we would have bulk losses, bulk wins. There was no real, like, consistency, which is obviously what you love to see. As far as the numbers go, Justin Fields, we ran the Baltimore playbook. I thought it said 34th in passing yards. So dead last in passing yards for Justin Fields. Love it. Antonio Gibson. Oh, this scheme sucks. Terrible passing stats just to get Fields like 300 or 400 yards extra rushing. That is awful. Receiving was disgusting. Offensive line was really... Did they not start Taylor? I will say that's impressive then. Taylor Moton, the guy we spent a decent bit on to trade, didn't even start when we made the playoffs. So when we actually get unlazy and decide to put him actually at left tackle, things are going to go well. Wait, he's 27? I thought he was 25. How is he so old? I kind of want to see where everyone went, though, so let's take a quick gander at all the stats and stuff. So Tannehill with the Chiefs, proving once again that playbook and stuff is crap, as in too good. The best quarterback in Panthers history, Aaron Rodgers. Big Ben Roethlisberger with the Saints. I really feel like that was something that could have happened if he wasn't getting paid so much for the Steelers. Dak Prescott with the Cowboys, really good. Buccaneers also took Tom Brady. Not great in those picks. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, ironically, with the Bears. So the Bears playbook's good. Like that's good. Those are good numbers. Some very interesting names up here. A lot of guys that aren't really great. Mahomes with the Giants finally feels their pain. Okay, so, I mean, interesting numbers. Justin Fields just, the worst player in the team in the league. Derrick Henry with the Steelers. It's a good scheme for him to go to. Dobbins with the Vikings. We see Barkley, Nick Chubb with the Raiders. It's kind of cool, actually. Kareem Hunt, Dalvin Cook with the Ravens. It's a good fit. A.J. Dillon with the Browns. It's pretty cool. David Montgomery. I don't want another Montgomery in Green Bay. I'm sorry. You can keep him. Our guy, once again, barely over 1,000. Debo, Mike Evans back with the Buccaneers. Chris Godwin with the Falcons. DeAndre Hopkins. Elijah Moore with a really good season. Look at the Chiefs. Oh, that's because they're in the Chiefs. Look at that. Come on, dude. That's so broken. That is actually so OP. The Raiders love their tight ends, which is interesting. Travis Kelce, fair enough. I don't really think defensively matters, but I'll take a quick look. 24 sacks for Seattle. He's just that guy. Mac back to the Bears. Myles Garrett with the Cardinals. The Chiefs got a superb edge rusher. Von Miller. Chandler Jones is back with the Patriots. Preston Smith on the Patriots. Really good duo there. Za'Darius on the Packers. TJ Watt on the Jags. Look at these pick numbers. Denzel Ward with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have an even better team than they had before, apparently. Come on, man. MVP goes to Mr. Lamar Jackson. Any award wins, please. I don't like seeing the Bears with so many wins. And they get them all. Half of them they get, basically. All right, let's go into this one against the Washington football team. We have an 84 overall team. They have an 85 overall team. Once again, every team is completely different, so we do not know exactly if we deserve to win based on this or that. We obviously seen they have some pretty good players. Russell Wilson, they have Stephon Gilmore. They have a couple of really solid players. The Patriots on the other side win it. I'm not going to really be worried too much about the AFC side, though. I don't even know if we're going to win this game. And Washington comes out strong with 7. We come back with 7, though. Come back with 3. Okay, I like it. 10 all. Come on. Come on, Niners. Niners. I forgot to change the playbook. No. I forgot to change the playbook. No. Oh, wow. With 1 second left. Well, I suppose. Yeah, let's go for 2 to make it look better, huh? That's brutal. Floater. So 1 second left. I mean, can you even advance the ball on an onside kick? So this would need to be just straight up caught 10 yards by us. And it didn't happen. I mean, you got to give the team credit for, I mean, at least doing it. I don't know, dude. They sold. They suck. Looking at the stats, I mean, both quarterbacks weren't that great, to be fair. We just didn't do enough. They had better rushing numbers. Oh, Kareem Hunt. Wow. It's like he's good. Damn it, dude. I really wanted him. And then every time we get Kareem Hunt, it's 2 years down the line, and he's already, like, you know, back to superstar and all that. Butker! You mong! It was from 80. It was 50 plus, but, like, really? What? We would have won the game. But let's get into the Super Bowl. Any dev ups we thinking? Probably some dev ups for some old guys that are gone no matter what, right? I keep forgetting we actually have some of those guys for more than 1 year now. Bears and Patriots, like the worst Super Bowl opportunity for me in the world. And the Patriots win, I suppose, a better outcome. Offensively, not a single dev, which, I mean, dev up anyways. We did not expect anything but that. And no devs on defense. Wow, talk about a just wasteful season. No dev ups at all. Our own pick, which is a playoff pick, and no first round pick. Talk about an absolute win of a season. I love it. 123 mil. Let's see who's in here. Yeah, of course. There's not going to be anything in here but kickers and some running backs. Jason Verrett is actually here, and I mean, we have money. I'd rather get Jason Verrett, put him in the slot to Okuda than to not have him, I suppose. I mean, look at all these guys, like all special teamers. We can pretty much just say there's no point in looking at free agency at this rate, right? Like, there's just... The best you're going to get is Jordan Lewis. He's 27, though. Oh, Mike Hughes is actually there. It's not a bad name. It's a little surprising to see him here. He's star dev. He's pretty young still. That's probably someone we should go for instead of the other guy. But if he comes here, it's great. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And Mike Hughes accepts, which basically makes Casey Hayward irrelevant to the cause. That still seems good, right? Because they're valuing... I think we actually cheesed them. Because they're valuing that second-round pick as pick 39, which if, you know, next season goes any way this season did, I mean, it shouldn't happen, right? But yeah, Montez Sweat came on late for us in our Washington rebuild, so I do not mind that. Pass rush or edge rush is just not an issue anymore. And nice. We actually gave them Osai as well, so they actually got a decent bit off that trade. Like, we're not gaining much unless McLeod's superstar are better. But it's too late. Okuda is gone. All right. We have one pick after this. If McLeod's gone, it's going to be hilarious. No! They did it! They freaking did it, bro! No shot! Oh, we sold. Damn, Greg Newsome's already really good. Give me. Oh, that's... what? Wait, Greg Newsome is a star in this game, right? Okay, so we won, but, like, we could have maybe done better. I don't know. We did a good job. We did a good thing. We won. Let's see what the Bears turn it into. A cornerback. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. They needed a cornerback after that move. So that's what it is. For a moment there, it looked like we weren't going to. And Marcus Hayward is one of those guys where if he doesn't have Dev, this could be a huge L because he does not look like a high overall. Let me know. What do you guys think? There's a couple of options here. We're going to put them all on the table. And you guys are going to decide. True, actually, he is 6'2", 217. Yeah, we're going to go with the safety. Everyone kind of thinks that's a good idea. I think so as well. I worry about the skills because he's probably going to be a low overall, but because of the grade, I imagine he's hidden. Don't let me down, baby. Wow, that is very far from what I thought. An absolute W, obviously, but I did not think he was going to be a high overall. I thought it was going to be low overall, high dev, or high dev, low overall. But it's low dev, high overall, which is just really surprising. Really good player. That is very shocking. Holy crap. How did he hit B's for his potential, and he came out as a 78 overall? 2 in true talent. That is surprising. There's no shot, but I will take it. Oh, thank you. What a player. Trade Kareem Jackson. We can still trade him, but for right now, we're just going to do with what we got. I don't expect much, but we're going to take him. Maybe we get hidden, and then we don't get hidden. Insane power move, obviously, and I think we are going to start him. Probably over, I don't know, actually. Now moving to pick 20 in the 4th round. Assuming that guard is there, that is our choice. And he is Junior Harris. Give me 70 overall. A lot more raw than I would have thought. Those potentials are really disappointing. I know that the bottom right talent grade is what matters the most, but I've seen a lot of hiddens in the 3rd grade talent, so unfortunate. Did we even land a hidden? To be fair, we only drafted like a few players because we traded for a corner rather than drafting one. I want to see the 2 players we passed on. That's really what I want to see. Oh, what about the... Baptiste went to 21. He was 23, I didn't even know that, but this should be an X factor, but I don't know. He's a pass rusher, right? So... should we just help the Eagles out by putting them as an end? Star only is a... oh, that's a sell. All right, so cornerback McLeod. How much would we have sold? Oh, thank you, Ravens. I love you. The Ravens with the savior. We would have sold. That would have been so bad. Thank you, Baltimore. And then normal for this guy. I guess maybe the players weren't as good as we thought. I guess I don't really care. Creed Humphrey a 4th next year and Kareem Jackson for a 1st round this year. We're on the come up, boys. We have 2 for draft picks this year, which is nice. We will take Baker for that. Wow, what a steal. We get Baker. But here is what the roster looks like for Season 2. Bulaga took a 3 overall hit, but he's still good. He's still solid. 84 overall. Very good pass blocker, obviously, as far as the rest of the guys go. Maybe not the development we were looking for out of 1 year, but I suppose Cushenberry went up like 5 or 6 overalls. Actually, Miners went up like 8, so... not bad, actually. O-line or wide receivers would have liked a little bit more on Judy, but it seems like 4 or 5 upgrade points. Still really good. Same with Gibson. Same with Fields. Defensively, obviously, Delpit went up like, 5, I believe. It was a pretty good season, I suppose. It's just we didn't have any dev ups, unfortunately. What I really want to see is Hayward get a dev up before the season ends, because he's going to be pretty primed to win Rookie of the Year, and honestly, now that I think about it, I think we should just put him as one of the higher sub guys. Nah, we can't. We need him at linebacker or at safety. We're lacking hard there. Our backups suck at safety. Is there any way to give the Chiefs playbook then sim a season in comparison to every season? Yeah, I think I've tried that before, and I think it did work. I can't remember. All right, so the season's not going well, but you know what is going well? The re-signings, because you don't have to re-sign anyone in a fantasy draft for a long time, and then once you do, it's mayhem, and I love mayhem. We got some backups we'll sign, but realistically, you know, we got the fullback back, and that's about it, really. All right, so we are in the postseason, but we are not in the postseason. We do not have our own first round. We do not have our own second round pick. The first round's not my fault. Don't look this way. And that second round pick ended up being Montez Sweat. We'll see how good of a decision that was. Of course, a very good player anyways. I will say, though, we scammed them on accident, and it turned out to be not a scam at all. Justin Fields, he'll be a superstar at least. Gibson, running stats aren't great, but here's the stats that matter. Antonio Gibson, 1,300 yards receiving. Oh, man. The Panthers playbook is pretty solid, but I kind of want something that goes to the wide receivers, so we're probably not going to run that again. Montez Sweat with 8, Chubb with 7.5. These numbers also suck for sack totals. These guys are way too good on the edge to not do better than this. For some, right when I said that, I was thinking of the guy that was like, nah, I worked way too hard for this to just not, you know, and then Demi Lovato, a lot of people work hard for their dreams, but it's not for everyone. But I do not use auto-tune like thou. Yep, that's the way it's said, just like that. No. So we don't get any awards, and the biggest award I wanted was Defensive Rookie of the Year, and we don't get it. Oh, that hurts. Of course, Fields, Pro Bowler at least. Yeah, that hurts. And the Bears, once again, winning more awards. And it's not even the same awards. Like, O.J. Moutier, they got freaking the DB of the year. Like, what is he, like a 77 overall? Superstar? He's not superstar. Do we force it? It's going to cost us more anyways. I don't even think superstar matters. But Fields, of course, gets the superstar, which is obviously clutch. He's an 82 overall. Started as a 74, got to 79, 79 to 82. And then that superstar should make it way quicker. Defensively, Chubb, my guy, thank you, even though he really didn't deserve it. Gets the superstar. He got it because of that extra credit. Now, defensive rally will grant a bonus pass rush point to all defense. That's actually kind of clutch. Is that not like a really good ability? No? Always force it unless you don't have consent. Or you like prison. What? Jalen Ramsey already cannot upgrade anymore. He's 28 years old, so it's nice to see him bank those points. Hayward, you freaking noob. Come on, man. We had the plan laid out. 3 picks, 116 tackles. You need to get freaking Rookie of the Year, man. Because then I can have some sort of argument, oh, well, he deserves it. Of course, Gibson, I was going to make the argument that he doesn't deserve it because, once again, we're going to change this playbook next season. He's going to have, like, barely 4.0 yards per carry. But, yeah, I mean, he had 2,300 total yards, dude. Like, what do you know? It is what it is. Do we pay Walker Little? If this was real life, Walker Little would be getting a fat, like, 6-year, $150 million deal because there's just nobody here. How good is he, actually? He's pretty good. Do we go for Walker Little? We get Walker Little, the new starting right tackle. Bulaga, get ready to be traded. All right, so do we just take the DT now or do we wait? Do we try to trade down? I don't think we trade down, personally. 78 overall normal, calling it. 78 overall normal, calling it. Not even 78. EA, stop it. Damn it, dude. Well, that's a mini L. There you go. Draft. So Ron Tomlinson is going to be our choice. Looks way too good not to grab. If he's not hidden, this has been an L. 74 overall hidden. What is he? Is he built like a... He's built like a pure centaur. A pure centaur. I really don't think there's any replacing anyone. Let's go to the next round of the DTs there. We're going to trade up for him, but realistically he's 23. If our guy had normal, I don't imagine any of these guys having anything better than normal. And he is gone. Alex Parker actually might be worth us. Let's go to the 6th round. He'll probably be gone there too. Start of the 6th, we trade our 5th. We'll still have decent picks. Alex Parker could get rid of Nwangwu for this guy, and we can... That's actually a really good player. This is the kind of guy... We'll just change the direction. 76, though. This would be a fun player to use her. Like, this would be a fun player. 11 run block, EA. Are you broken in the brain? That can't be intended. 11 run block, 26 impact block for a running back? Is it because they're trying to get rid of people moving their running back to fullback? which, I mean, realistically, you might as well just, you know, because there's a lot of schemes where, you know, you have 2 running backs in the backfield and one of your power backs would take the lead block, no? Like, that's pretty bad. Like, if you don't want people in your league using running backs at fullback, don't allow that to happen, right? Like, people are still going to cheese them just because of the speed anyways. Ron Tomlinson basically forced to be center. Unless he's superstar, this might just be trade bait. Although Cushenberry's kind of old. I opened the door for a trade. He's superstar. All right? Yeah! Yeah! Okay, so we got a DT. Cushenberry, a third this, and Bulaga for Derek Brown, the 86 overall. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to do that, right? Like, our pick very well could go from 38 to 50, and their pick cannot go any further back than 32. So Morant, 38 this year and a 7th next year. We got a new DT. Morant was, you know, okay player, but no longer a starter. And we winning out here. We made some moves. We're making moves every year. Whether they're like absolutely nutso insane god tier moves or not, they are still moves regardless of the point. But year 3 of this fantasy draft rebuild, Fields is finally looking like he's going to be gearing up for a goated season. Not that he didn't have good season before, at least specifically last year. Could get to an 87, 88. Everyone in the receiving category is very solid. O-line is very good as well. Tomlinson is a superstar center. You can argue we cheated by looking at his dev, but I think Cushenberry was going to be definitely talked about as a trade piece. 25 years old, 3, maybe even 4 years older than the guy we just had, and he's hidden with a chance at superstar, and obviously we now know he was. Defensively, corners look great. Safeties could look great if Hayward wakes the hell up. Linebackers look great, could be even better after this season. DTs look way better, and then edge looks great. Just can they play up to that overall? Yeah, Marcus Hayward, star development trait, 20,000. It's his sophomore year, and they gave him 20K for a dev up? All right, so we have re-signings. Quinn Miners. This is when you want everyone to need a re-signing, because this is when you can get your players for the cheapest, because everyone's kind of based on the same, kind of contract. And obviously O-linemen, for the most part, kind of go a little bit later, so those guys usually don't get paid too much for their first contract. So, if I could have all my guys needing a contract right now, I probably would prefer that, because it would be cheaper, especially for a guy like Fields. But instead, it's just going to be a bunch of backups and the kickers, basically. And yeah, we're not going to give anyone else a contract. We can't even win! I am confusion. I don't know if it's just because it's the Niners team, but it's ego time, okay, baby? It is ego time. Obviously, our morale should be bad, too. So, I don't know, but let's take a look. So, 86, 82, 86, 87, 85, 86, 86, 85, 83, 85, 83, 83, 86, 88, 83, 86, 85, 85, 85, 85, 89, 87, 87, 84, 84, 86, 86, and whoa, 91. Who are those guys? Those guys must make the playoffs all the time and dominate. Oh, they don't? That's weird. And like I said, there's probably negative temp boosts, right? Like, we're going negative by a lot. The temp boost has to be, like, something. No? Okay, well, I guess we're just... To be fair, I don't know, because it might be like... Now, the morale is up. What the hell? How is the morale up? We suck. The team just, like, they're just too happy. Maybe that's why we don't win. They're just too happy no matter what. They're like, haha, I'm having fun even though we suck. But okay, 7-10 season. Not good, obviously, for a team that is the best rating, best overall in the league. I honestly, without changing the roster completely around, not sure how we make it better. Like, we have really good players in the starting positions. We moved to the... I'll tell you what, the Bears playbook did not work. 100%. I should have went back to the Panthers, if any. The Chiefs playbook maybe boosted the numbers for a little bit, but obviously weren't enough to carry us. Fant, with 1,100 yards, I still have not been able to confirm if tight ends can go from star to superstar yet, but maybe. Let's take a look at the blocking. Walker Little, the guy we paid like $10 million a year for 3 years, gave up 21 sacks. That's a number, all right. Sack total, speaking of, though, Sweat with 10. 11 for Brian Austin, 6.5 for Chubb. Chubb has been a little disappointing, I can't lie. Let's take a look at the pick numbers. Awful picks, awful kicks, and okay, I mean, sure. Any award win, maybe the DT Austin, actually, which is why I'm glad we put him at Rush DT, because we can have something positive. And we did. Rookie of the Year, my boy, should go to Star Dev. Kind of wish he would have got Star during the season, then he could have gone to Superstar. But hey, as long as he goes to Star, I'm cool. I'm absolutely happy with it. Also, the music, I believe, stopped. Or it's about to stop. Yeah, it's about to stop. The Falcons. Okay, I mean, there's no chance they beat the Chiefs here, but okay, that's cool to see a new team. And as they lose 35-14, as expected. Nice. Nice. So, offensive DevUps, Judy. Was Judy the guy or was it DJ Moore? Well, I thought maybe one of them. No upgrade for Fanton. Dev. Defensively, we actually do see a decent bit of devs, and we will obviously be forcing Austin here, who had, what, 11 sacks? It was either 10 or 12 sacks. No, maybe it was 11 sacks as a rookie defensive tackle, where his number 2, who is supposed to be better, or number 1, I suppose, did nothing comparatively. Grant Delpit, 25 years old, but now superstar. Not bad. And then, of course, Montez Sweat with the 10-sack season gets to superstar, which is pretty clutch. So we had a couple of dev-ups. Nothing major. Well, I guess Sweat's pretty major. And we had an awful season yet again. Year 4. Can't wait. All right, negotiate. No, we've already done that. So let's move on to the next week. Once again, I do not know what we need, right? We have a ton of money, but we're going to have to start paying people soon. Fields, I mean, he has to be it, right? Like, you can't just, like, go over year 4 and just replace your quarterback, right? So maybe you replace Jerry Jeudy, though? I mean, I think we can trade Ruggs off for someone, though. We can definitely use... Maybe we can use Ruggs and Jeudy to trade for some god. Maybe, like, Justin Jefferson or something, even though Judy's kind of, like, the same type. Then again, Jeudy is, like, developed perfectly, but that catching, though... Like, his route running is sick, but I will admit that catching, what is that? I know the morale boost does count, but what, 86 catch, 84 catch in traffic? Maybe get wild with some trades. Maybe not need a draft at all. Again, Tucker, it's always these kickers, man. Kadarius Toney, that's pretty cool, actually, that he's in there. I might try to get Kadarius Toney just to, like, trade off Ruggs and whatnot, and we'd have a good number 3 anyways. Jackson Carman. It's actually a pretty good player, too. So, Kadarius Toney, a 3-year, 30. How good is he, though? He's pretty elusive, but catching solid. Deep route's good. I mean, he's very raw, but I don't even know how good Ruggs is. So, I'll offer him a deal, a 4-year, 41, trade off Ruggs. Does that sound about right? It costed us a lot, but I'm taking it. 10 overall boost. Pick 6 next year, which I don't expect us to have. Pick 20 this year, and Jerry Jeudy for DK Metcalf, who is a 98 overall god. I know his deep route isn't great, but in general is a very good player, and obviously that's what we'll be focusing on anyways, is that deep route. Okay, I mean, I'm taking that. I'm taking that every day of the week. So we lose Gibson, 2 overalls, to Najee. They're both the same age. They're both, unless Najee got to X Factor, they're both the same dev, but Najee's a pure trucking back, and the game actually loves trucking back so damn much it hurts. So I am down with it, and I think he has some bad morale. That's a good trade. I just hope it's enough in EA's eyes for him to be a god. There's a reason why guys like James Robinson and Josh Jacobs are crushing it in Sim. You look at the top 10 running backs for yards, it's always power backs. All right, all that's done. Let's get right to the draft. We're moving pick 11 down hard. And normally I'm like, oh, well, let's make it realistic. No, whatever they offer me, if it's OP as hell, I'm taking it. And it likely will be. I don't care. Let's actually take a look, not for their fairness, but for our fairness. I just want to make sure, because pick 11 is very high. I'd imagine this still benefits us, though. And it benefits us by quite a bit. So Atlanta, giving us 31. We could probably move down to pick 3 still for that center. All right, so 35. That's actually right where I want to go. Thank you, Buffalo. Oh, we getting draft picks now, baby. We are absolutely getting draft picks now, baby. And Ben Nelson. Oh, Nelson's back with the Packers. I'm going to cry. All right, so our center, Nicholas Davidson, is still there. So Davidson it is. Could be a tackle for us in the future. 74 overall again. Hidden again, just like our center for last draft. And I suppose we move to like 10. Move up for the linebacker. Yeah, that trade down was quite good, believe it or not. Obviously, I don't know what they took, but it is fair. It said we gained about 230 points on them, but once again, they don't factor in that the draft pick next year. That was our guy, wasn't it? It said late. There's no way that's him. That's really early. Oh, no, we wanted a DT. I think we actually wanted a linebacker as well, and I just forgot. But we're going to trade up now because the feeling that I had when I thought that that was absolutely the guy that I wanted more than anything made me sad. And I know this is interdivisional, but it's a fantasy. I do not care. The Rams don't care that we're interdivisional. They care about getting a pick that's valuable to them. And that's exactly what they're going to probably not get. But we're at least going to make it good for us. Second, fourth round next year. There's no way that's even close in real life. I'm going to give him a 6 just because I feel bad. Like, I could have made a 7th. It would have worked. Could have made it like a 7th string wide receiver and it would have worked. But I actually kind of feel bad, even though it's a fantasy. That's harsh, dude. Like, they just traded for nothing. Could be a steal. Likely normal dev. I'd be shocked if he's hidden. And, yeah, once again. But you look at this guy. Literally the same as the one guy we just grabbed. But we drafted him a whole massive amount of picks later, right? We ended up with pick, I think it was actually 11 in the last one as well. And, or no, it was 13, I think. And we took him way up there. And it absolutely was not worth it. This may be a little early, but I'm just going to trade up now just to get out of the way. Hugh Cody, I think, is going to be worth the pick. Fourth, a late fourth. That corner's 23. So we're just going to make one last pick for this draft. And then move on to year 4, which could actually be the final season, as I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. We obviously will do 5 at max anyways, but yeah, we'll at least do that. What? Oh, well. Hugh Cody, 73 overall. Only normal, though. Okay, I mean, that wasn't really the draft I wanted, but the guys we were drafting... Oh, no, it was. Okay, so we did use the right picks. Just kind of glitched out. All right, draft recap. We'll take a look at that center. I don't know. I mean, this is a full fantasy. It's a full cheeser one. Unless he's superstar, he's not going to start this year, but could be the starting left tackle for us next season, assuming there is one, which would be, of course, the last season. And he is only star, so... Okay, I mean, we're going to run full cheeser playbook on this one, and we're going to see if we can do it all. We got cucked so hard by the game so long, I'm not doing it. Season 4, roster... looks as follows. Obviously, Walker Little was awful last season for us, but in the 80s, just like the majority of the offensive line, the receivers are even better than before. Najee Harris is a different type of running back. He is a power back, and we know how those guys go in sim, so hoping for the absolute best here with him. And these abilities are awful. Holy crap. Backlash. Okay, that's interesting. Armbar and the other one, Bulldozer, right? Bulldozer. I don't know. Ew, number 15. Ewy. Defensively, obviously, you're not seeing nearly as many superstars or better, but 87 corner, 86 safety, 93 middle linebacker, 82 there, 88. You know, we've got a very good team across the board. Defense is definitely not as good as the offense, but I'd say the ranks are very close. Yeah, 92, 92, but that's because the O-line rating, which, you know, is always going to be kind of low. I am not going to play the game. I don't know why I would have said that, but this has got to be it. Let's take a look at these re-signed. This has to be the year. Once again, I said I was going to look, and I never did. This has to be the year you get to sign people. And it is, but it's not everyone. This is really good balance. You obviously pay the guys that you're going to keep for long-term, forever. So Eric McCoy, 5-year, 66.6. Noah Fant, 4-year, 42 probably. Just about 42. What else? We have Derek Brown. That's a very favorable contract, actually. I know it's 10 per, but I'm not going to give him that long. I'll give him a 4-year. 4-year, 43. Jeremy Chin is a massive good deal. I'm just going to assume he's going to get dev up at some point here, hoping 5-year, 39. Greg Newsome, that's very... No, it's actually 5. I thought it was 4-year. It's still costly, but it's not that bad. There you go. And then Henry Ruggs, we should have traded. I'll be honest with you. We are going to keep Delpit because he's higher potential with that superstar dev. And I think you got to let Baker go here. That's a pretty hefty contract for a guy who's only an 83 overall. Ruggs is actually not that much. Even if we have to eat the penalty, I think it's worth just trading. Yeah. And 1 year... 1 freaking year of putting the Chiefs' offensive and defensive schemes on completely. And would you look at that? We're in the postseason with a bye week. That's absolutely nuts. I don't know why I'm showing you guys we didn't cheat, because obviously this is a live stream, so it would kind of make no sense at all, but just making sure. Justin Fields didn't really even thrive that much in the Chiefs' offense, but still good numbers, I suppose. Let's take a look at the rushing numbers. Najee Harris, massive year. with the team. Obviously, receiving Metcalf, huge numbers. Noah Fant, DJ Moore, Najee Harris went off. Good numbers, good numbers. What was that, an 8? Walker Little, another huge sacks allowed season. This guy is a disaster, dude. Sweat with 15 sacks. 11.5 with Chubb, 9 for Derek Brown, 7 for Baker, 5 for Austin, 3 for Delpit. 10 picks for Jalen Ramsey. 4 for Newsome, 3 for Hayward, 1 for Delpit, 1 for Roquan, 1 for Mike Hughes. Harrison Butker was way better. And that's pretty much that. All right, so let's take a look at any award wins. Maybe Defensive Player of the Year. Chubb, no, that's who we wanted. As long as it wasn't, the other guy. Sam Darnold with the Offensive Player of the Year of the NFC side. Number 2 for Ramsey. Number 5 and 6 for Chubb and Sweat. At least those guys finally showed up, I will say. Best quarterback 5. Best running back 2. Best wide receiver number 1. O-line number 2. Number 6 and number 10. D-line number 2 and 3. Linebacker number 4. No. Number 1, obviously. Number 6. If this isn't the year, I don't know what year is. I really would not be able to tell you. I just don't know. This is just wild if this isn't the Super Bowl year. Obviously, 5 years if we don't, but I'm kind of hoping we do. Believe it or not, I'm kind of hoping this is the season we do it. Because obviously we deserve it, and another year just seems unnecessary. A 95 overall roster. It's Rodgers in the postseason as an under 90. 11 overalls. And we're still going to lose. I can't wait. Of course, with the Chiefs playbooks, you do kind of get that juice. But this is not looking good. 0 all. Nope, never mind. Down by 7 at half. Down by 10. Finally, some offense. 17-7. What is this game, dude? I don't get it. I just don't get it, dude. Is there something? Am I missing something here? What am I missing? I'm backing out to check that we do actually have the Chiefs playbook on. That's like if the Jets somehow beat the Chiefs in the postseason in real life. It just wouldn't happen if they were healthy. It just doesn't exist. I'm sorry. There's sim and randomness, but there's also just pure stupidity. They're 9-8. We almost had twice their wins this season. Vertical power. What does this team actually use? West Coast power. It's not the scheme fit because that's never mattered. Right? Like, that's literally never mattered. Walker Little does suck, I will admit, but why does he suck so much? That's the question. Because Davidson, the rookie, and I don't know, man. What's the pass block stuff, though? Pass block power. So Walker Little sucks in pass block power, but Finesse's good. Walker Little really does just suck. We're going to go back in. If we lose, we lose. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. I mean, he's slow, but, I mean, it's not that. Like, what's the difference between him and Moten? I mean, it's not much, right? He's two excel more, 4 speed less. I don't know, dude. I just think the game sucks. That's just my take. New tackle is in. I get we're cheating here, but I just want to see if we even win anyways. 14-13, 17-13. I just don't get it. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand how we are such... Is it just the team names? Is it really just all that matters to EA is the team names? Like, they think of the teams that they believe are going to be the best in real life, and there's 5 minutes left in the game, and they put up 2 20-plus yard passes for a touchdown. What is this? They're just rolling us. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. We lost, I guess. We'll do one more season, and win or lose, we're done. I don't know. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. We are 7 for 93 with Najee Harris, and we decide, you know what? Let's stop running the ball with him. I think it's time we start losing. I don't get it. Our defense, massively better than theirs, doesn't perform. This is just like a bullet to the brain for how bad this game is. Like, it is so bad. 11 overall difference, 2 sim attempts, and we lose both. Like, once again, this is literally like real life. The Jets beating the Chiefs. It's literally the Jets beating the Chiefs, and it's just, that makes no sense. Metcalf, let's take a look. Maybe their overall is misleading. Maybe they have like really bad center, guard, and and left guard. And our DTs are kind of bad, so, you know, maybe it's just not mattering that much. Winner of the Super Bowl is, wow, the Chiefs. Let's actually take a look at the Chiefs roster as well. I'm getting petty. That's the one, not pity. I need pity. After these losses, I need the pity. But Chiefs, oh my, they have a real good roster. Tannehill, the GOAT. I didn't get it, dude. Like, those ratings look really good out the gate, and then you look at these. Devin Singletary is a high overall, but he's not very good. The receivers are insane because, once again, with the Chiefs playbook, every receiver becomes a god. Tight end's awful. Left tackle's pretty average. Ooh, it gives me hope, though. Austin Jackson. Damn, he sucks, though. O-line's pretty decent, I suppose. Left end's godly. Right end's godly. DTs suck. I think what we just have to do in the future is not worry about linebacker. Just not worry about linebacker, man. Just don't worry about it. We should actually take a look at our DevUps real quick, if we had any. I'm trying to think of them. Najee did not go up in Dev. Obviously, Metcalf wouldn't have gone up in Dev. He's already high as Dev possible. Defensively, Baker, the guy we're actually letting go, ironically, is superstar, but it is what it is. Maybe we can use that money to make a God Squad for one final season. I don't know what to tell you. Last season, no matter what. I don't even think we should open the scouting. I'm not even going to open the scouting. Screw it, because there's no point. This is the last season no matter what, and I'm literally going to delete this roster as soon as I'm done. I do not care. Well, I'll keep it just in case I need something for a thumbnail or something, but as far as like actually caring about it goes, I'm not going to worry about it. And Ruggs. Oh, the tag's only 12. I forgot. Yikes, Ruggs. You just got cucked. Who are your specialists? The kicker punter. What's his name? Harrison Butker and Michael Dixon. I mean, this is the last year. I don't care about re-signing players we need to re-sign, so I'll just give them like huge deal. Simmons will test that theory of safety right now because we're about to pay Justin Simmons some cash. 131. The Broncos are like, no one's going to get us, and we're way out in front. It's like, well, are you, though? And Aluokin, I'm not going to pay. You know what? Screw it. We're going full fantasy mode. I don't care, dude. I'm going to pay him. For one, I'm going to redo that because despite not caring that much, I still want to do this. I still want to make sure that it's a fair contract for us. Ezra Cleveland. All right, so we lost Devin Bush, which is okay because we got Aluokin. We got Simmons and we got Dawkins. If this team isn't good enough to win the Super Bowl, I give up. So we're going to be moving. Like, we should just get this straight up, won't we? Wow. What a game. All right, let's go to next season, skip the draft, and pretty much call it a rebuild almost already. But here's the roster for year 5, the final season. No matter what, once the video is uploaded, this roster will cease to exist. The offensive line consisting of an 89 overall right tackle, an 86 overall left tackle, a 93 overall left guard, an 86 center, an 84 right guard, an 89 overall X Factor. Didn't even know that Fields got to X Factor. That must have just happened. 93 overall DJ Moore, 99 Metcalf, 86 overall Ruggs, 94 overall Najee freaking Harris. Hayward's an 88 overall. How good is Hayward, actually? He started off really fast. Damn, he got like one Excel upgrade out of all those upgrades. Damn, that's harsh. I thought he was going to be like 96 speed safety, like the fastest defender in the league, basically. Chin's a high. I mean, this is just a good squad. If this isn't good enough to win the Super Bowl, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like, the final year, no matter what, we doing the thing. So these are the guys we have to re-sign. We have to re-sign DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, Najee Harris, Roquan Smith, DJ Moore, Bradley Chubb, Justin Fields, Montez Sweat, Marcus Hayward, Taylor Moton, Henry Ruggs, and that is it. And we currently have... We actually have a lot of money still. How? How much money do we have? So if we're talking about players you absolutely have to keep, DK Metcalf, you absolutely have to keep Najee because he's asking for literally nothing. You don't have to keep Fields, but realistically you probably should. So we made all those dumb contracts and we still can afford everyone. How? Like, how can we afford basically everyone? So you definitely keep Hayward. He's just a sick individual, and I love him. Could play corner if you had him to. Ruggs, you would let go. Chubb, you would keep... Actually, I think you would let Chubb go. Roquan, you would probably like... so we can't afford everyone, obviously, but, you know, hey, you keep a lot of their players, and I didn't think we were going to keep any of them. Not that it matters. All right, playoffs. Give us a damn Super Bowl win, baby. So, of course, another bye week. We are now officially a 96 overall, nearing a 97. Once again, we're still live streaming this, but in case you're on YouTube and you're skeptical and you're like, I'm never going to click his stream, but I still am going to lie and think that he's doing this cheaty stuff. I also imagine our staff is maxed. I don't do this manually, even though I probably should. Oh, do they not max the... Okay, that's a huge one for EA to just pass up on. Thank you for that one. We don't have enough for that one. Okay, so, I mean, they do upgrade, and they do okay, but... Yeah, maybe I should just manually do that, because there are some really good boosts, and the AI is pretty stupid, so... Maybe we are cucking ourselves by doing that auto. But Justin Fields, really good numbers. He's already an X Factor, but he would be another X Factor if he wasn't. Najee Harris, worst season, but still good. Metcalf, worst season, but still good. Fant, you know, technically about the same. DJ Moore, Najee Ruggs, all fair numbers. Left tackle, still bad. Not Walker, little bad, but still bad with 12 allowed. Sack totals, Montez Sweat with a 17.5 sack season. Crazy stuff. That's X Factor. Chubb, 11, could be X Factor with a pick. Austin with 8. Brown with 7 picks. Ramsey had 10 last year, only 3 this year, but obviously there must be a lot of luck in being involved when you're as good as him, not getting thrown to. And as far as award wins, outside of Sweat and Fields, I wouldn't imagine any. Fields number 2 to Tannehill, who always wins it. Wrong side. Wide receiver, best O-line, and that is it. We have the bye week, so we're automatically in the divisional. EA, stop it. Stop it this instant. Let me win. 96 to another 11 overall boost on the opposing team. We have better backups at most positions than these teams have as starters. And the fact that it's raining, but no one seems like they're reacting to it as rain is very interesting. But it is what it is. We got to play through it, and we got to hopefully win. 7-0. 7-0. Love it. 7-0 still. We're now down by 7. Are the Niners just, like, not going to win Super Bowls? Is there, like, enough of that? Who hates the Niners at EA's dev team? I'm surprised I didn't get more voice cracks, the amount of talking I've been doing. Finally a win. Finally. Thank you, EA. Of course, we out-duel the Cardinals. Their rushing game was awful. Our backup was awful. Najee Harris is really good. I know his yards per carry are a little inflated by those huge touchdowns he's had, but the fact that he's had that many huge touchdowns tell you that he's a big break player. Did you have fun? Yes. I'm going to say yes, so then maybe the game's like, okay, he had fun winning. Let's give him more of those. And now we're on to the championship round, probably against like the Packers or the Cowboys. The Falcons. All right, what's the overall difference? What was it, 89? So we're 96, they're in 89. Obviously better, but not as good as us. Once again, not even close. But here we are. 3-0, 7-3, 7-6, 10-6, 10-13. This is a very close matchup so far. Up by 4, tie. I thought they were going to get the touchdown at the half. 24-13, 27-13, start of the fourth, 27-16. 34-19, and we're finally in the Super Bowl with a 44-19 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. About damn time. And let's take a look at the rushing numbers. Najee Harris worse than before, but still good. And Goddard, that's got to be the highest number of yards he's ever had in a sim game. Like, that is, there's no way he's had higher than that. Oluokun, the linebacker, the coverage guy, getting 2 sacks. Not bad. Bradley Chubb, good numbers. Kicking was perfect. That's what we like to see. There's a lot of crap here. I don't care about that crap. I want to see if we had a dev up. Any dev ups? No dev ups on offense. Defensively, Sweat, of course, goes to Superstar X Factor. And that is it. But obviously, the team still looks sick. The left outside linebacker is easily our worst position, but it's one position. I mean, how many times do you see a team with 90 plus at every single position? You just don't. We're like the closest one. However, the Chiefs, who always win the Super Bowl, are a 93 overall. So put that in perspective. A team like us that is only finally now winning postseason games is 3 overalls higher than the team that has undisputably been the best in franchise for how many seasons now? And we're still a high overall. Like, that just proves how bad the sim is. And I almost, like, punched myself in the chin there. And it sounded like I had a stroke. All right, so I don't know who's doing what, but we're left to right, and we have a start of a touchdown, 14-0. Huge touchdown rushing by Najee. Oh, we're smoking the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't even know it's hitting. Hey, thank you. It's over, right? Come on, guys. Thank you. We finally win. And there it is. That's the win. That is finally a success. And I can go to sleep happy, even though I'm not going to sleep for many, many hours from now. But we did the thing. The Niners, our fantasy draft rebuild franchise, have won the Super Bowl. Tannehill is sad. Of course, I believe we are on last gen because, once again, the game on next gen just lags way too much. You get disconnected from the servers and get crashed billions of times. Would have at least extended 15 minutes to this rebuild at minimum. And of course, you can see here, by the way, do you see through the grass on his helmet, like his face, his visor? It was either zoomed in or it was clear as hell, which is really weird to say, but okay, it is what it is. We win the Super Bowl. We're #1, baby. Yes. And Justin Fields, the man who looks like a frog, is a Super Bowl champion. Let's go. Thank you. I'm a little, short with this game right now. I'm a little, snappy, but at least we did it. Gabriel Davis, who's like a god apparently for them. Montez Sweat with 3, Chubb with 2.5. Ironically enough, Nick Bosa against us. Ramsey with a pick, my guy. Jalen Ramsey, a huge beast. Just being a god. We finally won a Super Bowl. It took us 2 years at least, more than I expected. I actually thought there was a chance year 1, because we had a bunch of those old players that were really high overall, but it obviously didn't happen. Year 4, I thought, was by far the longest it was going to take. It went all the way to year 5. Obviously, it's a live stream, so there's no need to show you guys we didn't, restart a bunch of games or force any wins or anything like that. The team is obviously looking very good. I guess we'll take a look at some of the ratings. So Justin Fields, deep accuracy does suck. I will say it does hurt the team a little bit that we do auto upgrading, but at the same time, that's the exact same way the AIs are going to be upgrading their players as well, because once again, they're auto upgrading, so that can't be an excuse that's viable, right? It's just not an excuse that can be used. DJ Moore, let's see how he turned out. Pretty solid. I will say, Jerry Jeudy turned out really well. He just never played well. He was really good at route running and all that. Noah Fant, insane catching, really good route running, 88 short, 81 medium. I really thought he would have got to 90 plus speed, but he didn't. Or maybe he regressed. He's actually kind of on the older side now, right? 28. He did not regress. Defensively, is there anyone? Jalen Ramsey's still probably a 99 overall. How old is he? 31 years old. He's too good, dude. He's too good. He has 4 upgrade points. You can't even freaking use him. How is Greg Newsome? He's probably mainly man coverage, right? Yeah, the AI always goes man. And honestly, that's the way you probably should go, specifically in user franchise. Let's take a look at Sweat. How fast is this guy? How fast is this Montez Sweat fella? Still 91 speed, 94 excel. Really good player. Let's take a look at Chubb. That guy has some strength on him. 94 strength, dude. That's insane. That's insane. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be the fantasy draft rebuild of the San Francisco 49ers. I think that's actually where we're going to be cutting it off for the actual stream as well. I appreciate all of you guys that have been here, whether you were here from the beginning, you caught a little bit of it, you caught the end, you were here for a tiny bit, you came back. Whatever it is, it means a ton. If you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like if you're watching on YouTube. I would say something on Twitter or Twitch, but you guys are already here, you already followed probably. Give me suggestions. Once again, I want to know what kind of stuff you guys want to see, specifically for rebuild challenges. Also, I want to know if there's any things in the game you want to know. For me, I don't know if I'm going to do it for a video, but I definitely want to test out if it's actually possible to get a dev up for tight ends from star to superstar. There's got to be stuff that we're all trying to figure it out. But anyways, that is going to be it, and that is pretty much that. Thanks for watching the video or stream. Hope you guys come back for next video or stream. But until next video or stream,